What is a function? Well, I like to think of a function as a toaster. So the idea is if I have bread and I put it through the toaster, I get out toast, right? If I put it through the toaster, let's think of this arrow because I don't draw toasters very well. The arrow's the toaster, right? So the function is the toaster. I put something in and I get something out, right? And in math, we put X in and we get out a Y, right? So it's like a little machine or a toaster. You put something in, it spits something out. Now, how do we know if something is a function or not? Because not everything that has an X and a Y are functions. So a function is defined, as you might know from the video, a function is an X that equals 1Y. So it means for every input, for everything I put in, only one thing can come out, okay? So let's again go back to our toaster idea. If I put in bread into a toaster, what do I get out? I get toast. If I put a waffle into the toaster, so I put the waffle as my input, I put it through the toaster, and what do I get as an output? I get a toasted waffle. If my input is a bagel, and I put it through my function, what do I get out? I get a toasted bagel, okay? So here's my input, and here's my output. So this toaster is a function because when I put something in, I always get one thing out, right? Now, what if I said I put in bread and I might get out toast, or I might get out a toasted waffle? I don't know. It just depends. Well, then it would not be a function, right? That's not how a toaster works. You put something in, you always get just one thing out. There's no way that I could put in bread and I might get something random like a toasted waffle out. That's not the way it happens. And the same with a function. If you put in one X, you always get out only one thing. So it's like if I say I put in 2, I always get out 5 into this function, whatever the function is, right? It's not saying I put in 2 and I might get out 5 or I might get out 7. I don't know. That would not be a function. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like with math instead of just as a toaster. So I have some pictures here. Let's decide which ones are functions and which ones are not. Let's start with the circle down here. If I put in the number 2, I put in the number 2, so that's right here. I might get out this number up here. It's not quite 4. Or I might get out this number down here. I don't know, right? So is this a function? I put the number 2 into my toaster and I could possibly get 2 different things out. So this one is not a function. It's not a function. And the way you can tell from a graph is you can say if I can draw a vertical line on this graph and it touches more than one point, then it's not a function. Because I can look at this and say if I draw a vertical line right at 2, if I put in 2, I get out 2 different values, therefore it's not a function. We call this the vertical line test. So if it fails the vertical line test, meaning when I draw a vertical line, it touches 2 points on the graph, it's not a function. So let's look at some of the other ones. What about this one next to it, the sideways parabola? If I put in 4, if I put in the number 4, I might get out 2, or I might get out -2. So into my toaster, I put this number 4, and it pops out 2 different options. Therefore, it is not a function. And you can see it fails the vertical line test. When I draw a vertical line, it touches 2 points. It only has to fail the vertical line test in 1 point to make it not a function at all. Does that make sense? It only needs to fail the vertical line test 1 spot. So let's take a look at some of these other ones. What about this one, A up here? Well, if I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6, I get out that value, right? And then I get out this value, and I get this value, and then this value, and then this value, and this value. There's not a single place where if I put in a value, I'm going to get out possibly 2 different values, right? I could draw all these vertical lines, and they're never going to touch 2 points. So this one actually is a function. This one, yes, is a function because it passes the vertical line test. Same for this one. I could draw a vertical line anywhere on this function, and I see that it never touches 2 points. What about this one? Well, you know, it passes the vertical line test here, and it passes the vertical line test here, and it passes the vertical line test, right? But what about right here? Whoops! That not only touches one point, it touches an infinite number of points. So it's absolutely, definitely not a function. Okay, this one is not a function, because if I put in -5, I could get out any one of these numbers. If I put -5 into my toaster, I could get out tons of different numbers. And so that makes it not a function. F would be a function, right? Because it passes the vertical line test. Let's look at I. That one's a little bit confusing. People sometimes think, ooh, it looks different. But if you look at it, it always passes the vertical line test. There's never a place that I could draw a straight line that I would touch 2 points on that graph. So yes, in fact, yes, indeedy, this one is a function. You could go through some of these other ones and see for yourself what you think. Some of these are really obvious. This one right here, draw a vertical line, it fails because it touches 2 points. So if I put in that number, I might get out 2 different values. So this one is not a function. So for graphs, it's a little bit easy because you just look and you see, does it pass the vertical line test or fail the vertical line test? Okay? But sometimes you're not going to have a graph. You're actually going to have a table, or you're going to have one of these charts, right? This is the input and this is the output. So let's figure out how we can figure out if this is a function. Well, if I put in 1, I get out 5. If I put in 3, I get out 5. If I put in 1, I get out 2. And if I put in 4, I get out 6. So for every x, is there just one y? Well, if I put in 1, I might get out 5, or I might get out 2. So if I put 1 into my toaster, I could get 2 different options, so this one is not a function. Not a function. Okay? But what if I change this to a 2? If I put in 1, I get out 5. I put in 3, I get out 5. Can I repeat this 5? Yeah, I can actually. Because just because I put in something, we're saying you can't repeat inputs, right? So you put something into your function, and you always have to get one thing out for that thing you put in. But functions, it doesn't work the other way. You can put in 1 and get out 5, and you can put in 3 and also get out 5, and that's totally fine because we can repeat outputs all we want. We just can't repeat inputs. So when you have a table, check the x's. If they never repeat, it is a function. If the y's repeat, that's totally fine, but the x's can't repeat. So the way we switched this would now be a function. All right, last one. If we look at this one, do the x's ever repeat? Well, if I put in 3, I might get out 1 or I might get out 5. So this one is not a function. We can see it already because if I have 1 input, there's 2 outputs for that one. So it's not a function. If I didn't repeat that 3, it would be fine. So there you go. That's the short story of how to find what's a function.